It's true. Many of us have gone to colleges and universities, where we majored in various disciplines and programs. But as good as those were, they were not greater than the influence of those memorable professors who once taught us.
Many people think that there is a difference between scholarship and teaching. I don't. I think they're two sides of the same equation. It is the process by which we discover what we did not know. And so that to the extent to which I can blend scholarship and formal teaching together, the students profit.
We could survive by just teaching our classes. But I think for our students to be competitive and successful, classroom teaching scratches the surface.
For example, the annual student conference that we have gives students experience with that kind of presenting of papers, putting out their ideas and supporting them. Many of those students go on to national conferences.
What's unique about our research project here at UNK is that despite the fact that we're an undergraduate-only department, we're doing world-class research, where the students themselves are doing the research, using all the instrumentation.
And then, as a capstone to their research experience, they get to prepare presentations that they present at professional and scientific conferences.
We really do truly care for all of our students here. We spend a lot of our time talking to them in our offices and giving them advice in their careers and in their classes.
Those faculty know them, so when they're writing letters of recommendation or when they're advising them about careers or graduate school, they know the student, and so they can lead them in ways that will be successful.
What's interesting about the project here at UNK is that the students and the professors get to work together on a project that has a meaningful outcome.
I think the real advantage of UNK is the extent to which we have the time and the interest of working directly with undergraduates, many times one-on-one.
Come meet him, come work with him. His energy is extremely high, and that, I think, is definitely one factor in him being such a great professor.
I've always said somewhat tongue-in-cheek, but you know, my job is to impart what little knowledge I might have and know enough to get out of the way and not impede the learning of my students.
Why do I teach?
I love working with the students.
I'm so glad I get to work with him. I really couldn't see myself working with any of the other faculty as close as I do with Dr. Ekstrom.
We had that contact with the professor, and it just made for a much richer educational experience. I learned quickly that I wanted to become a professor and help create that environment for my own students.
And I feel that, gee, I must pass on this kind of passion to my students because this is a wonderful style of learning music with string instruments. So I come here every day. I hope that they can feel what I feel.
I feel very privileged to be able to do something that I love to do. There are lots of people that can't. But for teaching, for me, teaching is a joy.
One of the most exciting parts is just, first of all, being able to work with the U.S. Professor of the Year. The fact that he won that, and I'm able to work with somebody who's gotten that caliber of award is phenomenal.
As a faculty member at UNK, I feel like I can really make a difference. I appreciate the more intimate scale of the university, and I can see every day the impact that I make on students' lives. It's a difference that education by graduate students, it just doesn't compare. And being part of that at UNK is very meaningful to me.
You know, I've often said if I get up in the morning and come to work and I don't feel that passion every morning, and I don't get a few butterflies every day when I walk into the classroom, then it's time for me to hang it up.
I think contributions are put to very, very good use. The students benefit immediately in their laboratories and their instruments.
They go to scholarships for students, and they also go to bringing speakers onto campus and organizing events, workshops, and sort of mini conferences where students had the opportunity to present their own work.
So we've received some funding for some individual programs that we've run, a specific one that we did with preschoolers, a specific walking school bus program. However, we don't have funding, or we need funding to be able to run community-based programs that are continual.
Dr. Heelan is directly involved in me getting my master's done and defended, and she's my lead committee member.
The funding that has made the UNK String Project possible also made it possible for me to join the faculty here. This is the first time that UNK has had 2 string faculty members.
And we have a great start. You know, you see the instrument behind me has been a critical addition to our program. But there is more in terms of X-ray analysis, microscopy analysis, that we would be able to do a more thorough job here on our campus.
We've made really good progress on our solar cell research so far, but our research is now starting to take us in new directions.
I think we need more passionate people. We need someone that wants to challenge the students, that want to really get involved with them and encourage them along their academic career.
I can knock on his door, come in, he always smiles and says, "Come in, talk to me, Matt." If UNK had more professors like this, this college is just absolutely amazing.
The best teachers have always loaned themselves to their students. We honor them for the riches which have changed our lives.